What is Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Let's begin. Did you know that Bitcoins are deemed as the future of currency, and that is one of the fastest ways to make money in the online world at the moment? However, what exactly is Bitcoin? If you are new to this field or have just heard of Bitcoins, then there's probably a lot of questions on your mind right now. What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a form of digital currency. In 2013, this digital currency suddenly shot up in price from $13 to an unbelievable price of over $1,000. Its popularity soared after that. Bitcoins are in fact a kind of electronic money. The first cryptocurrency started circulating in 2009 and over which the government or traditional banking protocols have no control of. In traditional currencies, the decision regarding the amount to be printed depends heavily upon factors such as inflation and is governed and regulated by a central bank. Contrary to this, there is no central authority to regulate Bitcoin and other cryptocurrency supply and transactions. It is the people's confidence in this digital currency that decides its value, so the more people who believe in it, the better the demand and the higher the price will go. The use of Bitcoins. You can use Bitcoins to purchase things from people who accept these electronic currencies. Moreover, since these coins are digital, they can even be transferred over the internet through the proper software, thereby leading to successful online transactions. Bitcoins are quite an attractive proposition if you're looking forward to the settlement of international transactions but hate being plagued by exchange rates or bank charges. The aftermath. The wild success of Bitcoin has inspired the launch of a number of other competing cryptocurrencies such as PPC Coin, Frycoin, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and so on. You can go to cryptography.com for a list of tradable and active coins that are available today. How does Bitcoin work? Bitcoins are actually generated by computers online by dealing with difficult math tasks and is more widely known as Bitcoin mining. The math tasks in the Bitcoin mining are programmed to progressively increase in difficulty. This means it'll become more and more difficult to mine Bitcoins over time, and the total amount of Bitcoins that will ever be mined is capped at 21 million coins. Hence, because of this very unique arrangement, no central bank has control over the flow of Bitcoins or can manipulate its value, which is already in circulation. All the computers in the network are coded to be used to monitor and verify the validity of each Bitcoin that is mined and all the transactions between users. Around 25 new Bitcoins are mined every 10 minutes. Which is why more and more Bitcoin miners are building powerful computers just for the use of Bitcoin mining. Bitcoins can be bought, sold, or traded with real money in a lot of online exchanges. One of the biggest advantages of Bitcoins and digital currency is that it can be used in international transactions without any bank charges or exchange rates, and the fees are so small, it's almost negligible. The history of Bitcoin. The beginning. It is essential to understand where Bitcoin and digital currencies come from in order to understand what it has in store for us in the future. The creator of Bitcoin is still a mystery, but there are a lot of people who believe that it was Satoshi Nakamoto who created it in 2007. Bitcoin.org first surfaced on the internet in 2008. The growth. The first Bitcoin transaction was conducted in 2009 between Mr. Satoshi and Hal Finney, a cryptographic activist and a developer. In the same year, an exchange rate is published for this electronic currency with a value against US dollars at 1309.03 BTC per dollar. In 2010, a truly historic event took place when 10,000 Bitcoins, which was worth $25 at the time, was spent on pizza. It was one of the first transactions that involved a tangible product. Today, that amount of Bitcoin will be equivalent to at least $5 million. Coming into present. A range of events geared up in 2011, including significant ones like Bitcoin becoming on par with the US dollar, an offer to sell a vehicle for Bitcoins, the opening of exchange markets with respect to the British pound, sterling, and Brazilian real, and so on. In 2013, the market capitalization of Bitcoin rose to $1 billion, and in April 2013, the value went beyond $100. From 2013 onwards, space travel could be conducted in exchange of bitcoins by Virgin Galactic, a company that belongs to Richard Branson. The Big Bang. At the end of 2013, bitcoins and other digital currencies suddenly exploded in price thanks to the power of the media and the internet, bringing the peak price to $1,000 per coins. The popularity of bitcoins and other digital currencies bloomed from there. Your first Bitcoin wallet. A Bitcoin wallet is a simple software to keep all your bitcoins. As the owner of the wallet, you must take extra care to give it a good and lengthy password. Never forget your password. If you lose your password or wallet, all your bitcoins inside will be gone. Always make a backup of your wallet. You can always back up your wallet by making a copy of it and placing it on another secure hard drive or a thumb drive. It is very easy to get your own first Bitcoin wallet. All you have to do is go to this URL below and choose a wallet. bitcoin.org/en/download.
Okay, so this is a video just to show you how to install your so-called wallet. You'll have downloaded a file and it's a zip file, so you need to extract it first of all, and once it's extracted we can then continue to the setup. So we just install just like any normal program and follow the instructions. I'm just going to install it in a slightly different directory here. And off it goes. Now we'll just run the Bitcoin wallet, and the first thing that it does is it has to update the blockchain. Now if you've been studying the Bitcoin report or the videos, you'll understand a little bit now about the fact that the way that Bitcoin works is it's a blockchain of all the transactions that have ever occurred for Bitcoin. And in order for you to actually install and have your own wallet to store your own transactions, you have to download everybody else's transaction so that you're up to date with the latest so-called blockchain. And this is what is happening. This is what's called synchronizing with the network. You're actually going to have your own version of the Bitcoin blockchain residing on your computer, and within that you're going to store your own transactions, and that's why it's called a wallet. Now you can see here that I'm already 25 weeks behind. You could be as much as 47 weeks behind, so it will take a bit of time to update. So you can just leave it until it actually has synchronized, and then you can come back. And in the next video, we'll talk about how to actually use your Bitcoin wallet to store your Bitcoins. Okay, so you've installed your Bitcoin wallet from our previous video, and you've let it run and get it all synced up so it's in up to date, and you'll see the green tick in the bottom right hand corner when that has occurred. Now for the exciting bit. This is how you're going to receive your first Bitcoin from the bitcoinsmillionaire.com site. So what you have to do is head over to the tab which says Receive. And how this works is you're given a dedicated address, and this address identifies your wallet in the blockchain. And so all you have to do is to send us your address, which I'm going to show you how to do in a second, and you need to send that address to this email, free@bitcoins-millionaire.com. I'll put that email underneath the video here, and it's very important that you send the email from the same email address that you're registered with. Otherwise, we won't be able to match up that you're a bona fide member. So make sure that you send the email from the same email address that you used site. So let's just have a quick look. What I suggest you do is to create a label for this payment address and call it Bitcoin Millionaire. And then all you have to do is click on the request payment, and it brings up this window. And what you need to do is to copy this address, and that's how we know where to send you your free Bitcoin. Send that to us in an email, and just to reiterate, it must be the same email address that you used to sign up to the site. And that's it. And then the process is that we will send you the Bitcoin. So let's just have a look at that and see what will happen. So the first message you're going to receive will be the incoming Bitcoin transaction, and it says initially pending. Now, the verification process will take typically between 1 and 5 minutes. Depending on your internet connection speed, it could be a little bit longer. But once it has been verified, it will then change to this message. So you'll notice that after a couple of minutes that the transaction goes from pending to available. And so now your Bitcoin is stored in your wallet on your PC or on your Apple Macintosh. Now, one thing, it is very important to treat Bitcoins as real money, and you need to set up security for your wallet as soon as possible. Two things. One, make sure you have a secure password. Two, make sure you keep a backup of your wallet. Most of these wallet programs have the option to export, and what you need to do is, if you've got your wallet stored on your computer, is to take a backup of that in case you lose your computer. Another thing that you can do, of course, is install a wallet on your mobile phone. There's quite a few different varieties available. There's obviously Bitcoin Wallet. Another one could be Coin Pocket, Coinbase, ANX Vault, to name but a few. Just go onto your phone, search the online app base, and you'll see the different Bitcoin wallets that are available to you. Once you have it installed on your phone, you can swap and transfer Bitcoins between your two accounts, just to get a feel of how it actually works, of actually sending and receiving Bitcoins. And of course, with the Bitcoin wallet on your phone, you can then actually pay in shop premises that accept Bitcoin with your mobile phone. It'll actually transfer the Bitcoin from your phone wallet to the vendor's wallet in exchange for goods. And of course, one of the places that you can do that is your local Lamborghini dealership. So have fun with that. Enjoy your first Bitcoin. Play around with it. Have a look at what you can do, and then move on to the next sections about how to actually increase your Bitcoin wealth by earning Bitcoins, mining for Bitcoins, and trading Bitcoins. So what's the next stage as far as the Bitcoin revolution for yourself is concerned then? Well, you probably want to get some more Bitcoin. And one of the easiest ways of doing that is to go to a site called localbitcoins.com. Localbitcoins.com is like a meetup for people who are interested in Bitcoins and who want to buy and sell in your local area. I'll give you the link to the website below this video, but it's localbitcoins.com. And to start off, you need to sign up for a free account. So we'll just go through the sign up process. So I just filled in the sign up account. Obviously I've blanked out my details. So after you signed up, you will be logged in, but you'll also be sent a verification email which you have to click on in order to proceed any further. Once you've done that, you'll get redirected back to this screen, and I highly suggest that you do set up the two-factor authentication. Always treat these Bitcoin sites that are going to be storing any sort of Bitcoins on your behalf like your own bank account. That's very important. So just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to skip this step. So once you've done your two-factor authentication, you'll be brought back to this screen, and I do suggest that you read through and see exactly how this operates, but I'm going to take you through the relevant steps now. First thing to note is that having set up an account on localbitcoins.com, it also creates a wallet for you. Now, you can have as many wallets as you like to store your Bitcoins in. That's one of the great things about this system. You're not tied to having one bank account, as it were. And you're going to use this wallet to basically, I suggest, receive your Bitcoins or send Bitcoins if you're actually going to be selling them on the local Bitcoin site. So how does this all work then? Well, wherever you happen to be in the world, you want to have a look at who's actually selling Bitcoins in your local area. And it's IP driven, so it should know where you are from your login screen. And you can see here that I've got, it says buy Bitcoins online in the United States. Well, you can hone that down quite easily. To get to the screen, just click on the localbitcoins.com link at the top. And this is what you want to use here. And buying or selling, well, let's just presume you want to buy Bitcoins. Leave the amount blank for now, and then just type in your city. So for now, I'm just going to be using Florida. And here I'm just going to leave this as all online offers. And basically what this is the method of payment, what people are going, how people are going to accept payment for their Bitcoin using different services. But for now I'm just going to leave that all, and let's click find. And here we are for Florida. And what we have here is a listing of people who are holding Bitcoins at the moment and who are willing to sell them for a certain price. And you can see that the price is quoted here. This is the amount in US dollars of Bitcoin they have to sell, limits of 5 to 100 US dollars. So that means they're willing to sell Bitcoin for a minimum unit of 5 US dollars up to $100, and to be paid by web money. Another one down here. Western Union is the payment method, and this guy wants $440 per Bitcoin, and he's saying that he'll accept a minimum of 50 US dollars up to units of $231 per Bitcoin, and he would like paying Western Union. So let's have a look at the online system first, and then we'll talk about the other methods after that. So I've just picked one at random here. He's selling Bitcoin at a price of 406 US dollars in units of 1 to 163 US dollars. So perfect trade to start off with. Now, a couple of things to note here. It says that the seller requires SMS verification. A lot of people won't accept any trades unless you have verified a phone number, a mobile phone number with verification. So I'm just going to do that quickly here. So here's the verification page, and you just type in the verification code you received with your SMS message. And so here we are. This is the screen that you should see after you've entered your correct SMS verification digit code into the box. Okay, so having been verified, I'm back in the screen and trying to do this deal with somebody called Warbler. And how much you want to buy? Well, I'm going to just start off just as a test and put in $10. You can put in a little message here as well, giving any extra information you want to do. And then the next thing we do is send trade request. Now, what happens is this 0.0246 Bitcoin is now put into escrow. And here is the sequence of events. This guy wants us to pay him using an OKPay account. Now, if you don't have an OKPay account, you could sign up for one here at okpay.com. And he says you pay the money with this reference message. So what you would do is head over to OKPay, make the payment of $10 and then put in this reference number. And here is his OKPay ID. When the payment has been done, you then mark the payment as complete. That will then send a message to Warbler to say that you have actually sent the money. There is a time limit in which to actually conduct this transaction. You can see here it says 89 minutes. So this guy or girl must respond to your message and also release the Bitcoin within this time frame, or the transaction doesn't complete. So we'd mark the payment as complete. I'm not going to do that because I'm not actually going to buy this Bitcoin from this guy, but you'd mark the payment complete, and Warbler would send you a message. You could send him a message first to say, yes, look, I've completed this, please contact me ASAP, something like that. You can see actually that Mr. Warbler is not online at the moment, but he was online about an hour ago. And you should then receive a message to say that he's received your money and he's released the Bitcoin to you. And where do you see this Bitcoin? Well, at the same time as you created your local bitcoins.com account, you have your wallet. So your Bitcoin will show up in the wallet and your balance will be shown here. Now what I suggest that you do is don't keep your Bitcoins online. Who knows, localbitcoins.com could be subject to a hacker. They could disappear. Who knows? We don't even know who Local Bitcoins is. Well, we do, but we don't really know who these people are. And therefore, I suggest as soon as you have received your Bitcoin into your Bitcoin wallet on Local Bitcoins, transfer it to your own online wallet, the wallet you installed from the Bitcoins Millionaire. And let's see how you would do that right now. So here we are in our wallet, and what we need to do is to create a receive address, a receive key. So you can mark this label whatever you want. I'm just going to put local Bitcoin. The amount is not required. You don't have to put in the amount here, and there's no message to put here. And all you do to generate the address is click request payment. Now, what you want to do here is to select the address, not the URA, but the address, and you can simply hit copy address. Then what we're going to do is go back to your localbitcoins.com account and paste in your wallet address here. Then you put the amount of Bitcoins that you bought. That's the balance of your wallet here. At the moment, of course, it shows 0 because we haven't put any Bitcoin in here. Re-enter your password and then send. And that's how you buy Bitcoins using localbitcoins.com and transfer them to your wallet on your own computer. Now, another thing that you can use localbitcoins.com, or another way you can actually buy Bitcoin, is actually to meet people in person, rather like a meetup. And the idea is that you would meet with this person who's going to sell you the Bitcoin, and you're actually going to hand over cash. And he should have his mobile phone with him, so that as soon as you hand over the cash, he then transacts via the mobile phone and sends you the Bitcoin there and then into your local Bitcoins account. Now, a couple of things to be aware of here. Let's just have a look at this guy here, T-Park. The system has a way of rating buyers and sellers with a trust score, and you can see people's trust score on their profiles, and you can see here that T-Park has got a feedback score of 100%, and that's what you're looking for. You want to make sure that they're verified by email and phone number, and the trust here is when people have done transactions with this person. After a transaction is complete, you then fill in a form to say whether the transaction was okay and whether you trusted this person. Higher the trust, the safer this is likely to be. So, like all transactions, monetary wise, be very careful of scammers. There have been reported instances of people actually going to a meetup, they get to the point of exchange, and people have actually run off with the money. On the other side of the fence, people have met up to sell Bitcoins, and at the moment of exchange, the person again runs off with the money. And once the Bitcoin transaction is completed, it's completed and cannot be reversed, which is good in a lot of ways and bad in some ways. So do be careful. Treat Bitcoins as real money in this regard, and don't do anything stupid. Same as doing it online. Make sure that they have trust factors, that they're verified, and have a look at their history. See how many transactions they've actually done, and see what their feedback is from other people. You can see here that this guy's got a feedback score of 100%, and he's done 19 trades with 7 different people, so people have gone back to him, so that would be a fairly good indicator, and he's trusted by 6 people. And those are the sort of things to look out for. Just keep your head about you, and as always, if a deal looks too good to be true, then it probably is. Okay, so now you've managed to get some Bitcoin. Where can you actually spend it? Well, you might be surprised to learn there is a way to actually use Bitcoin in major department stores such as Home Depot, CVS, Kmart, Sears, and Amazon.com. Well, although they don't accept Bitcoin directly, you can actually use a site called egifter.com, and egifter.com allows you to use their card in all of those aforementioned stores. So you can see here, you can sign up at egifter.com, and they accept Bitcoin, and you can actually download their app onto your phone or Android and use eGifter to actually buy things in a physical bricks and mortar store. If you want to know where other stores are that will take Bitcoin, there is another site, coinmap.org, which lists all stores which will accept Bitcoin for payment. Here's a map of Florida, as we've been talking about Florida in this video, and you can see lots and lots of places, physical places, which will take your Bitcoin. And you can see from the coin map that the largest penetration is probably in the United States, followed by Europe, but the rest of the world is catching up rapidly, including places like China, Indonesia, huge populations, Africa, and it's even accepted in New Zealand and quite a few places in Australia now as well, South America. So Bitcoin is catching on. One of the largest online retailers that you can use Bitcoin directly is overstock.com, and they are extremely pro Bitcoin, and in fact they just announced this week that all of their transactions that they accept in Bitcoin, they are going to donate 4% of that income to Bitcoin foundations to increase the overall acceptance of Bitcoin in the wider economy. Now, for those of you who have got a bit more money to spend online, here's another site called BitPremier, and this is the first of the Bitcoin luxury marketplaces. And I saw an interesting advert here. Flying is an interest of mine, and there's a Cessna 421 Golden Eagle for sale on here. It's priced at 833 Bitcoin, which actually is a pretty good price for this type of aircraft. Pressurized, 4 seats, and it's a very nice get-you-around machine. There are, of course, lots of other things on here, apart from airplanes, all the way from cars to property to jewelry to art, even for your wives and girlfriends, some very nice designer handbags. So there we are. That's your introduction to getting further into the world of Bitcoin, how to buy Bitcoin on local Bitcoin, and also how to spend it. In the other videos, I'm going to talk now more in depth about how you could actually possibly trade Bitcoin and how you can make money through arbitrage with Bitcoin.
Accepting Bitcoins. Who are already accepting Bitcoins? More and more big companies are accepting Bitcoins right now. Let's take a look at some of these big brands. Overstock.com, The Humble Bundle, Namecheap, TigerDirect.com, Lamborghini, AlleyWatch, Zero Hedge, Playboy, Virgin Galactic, US Hobby, Reddit, Zynga. Accepting Bitcoins is easy. All you have to do is provide an option for people to pay via Bitcoin. Go to this URL for a comprehensive guide on how to accept Bitcoins for your online business. en.bitcoin.it/wiki/how_to_accept_for_small_businesses. Converting your coins into money. So what do you do with the coins that you acquire from your business? You can then sell it off in Bitcoin exchanges or use it to buy other merchandise that accepts Bitcoins. In fact, you can use the coins that you acquired to invest and trade for even more profits. Simple steps to mining. Step 1. Get yourself a Bitcoin wallet. Step 2. Prepare and calculate your mining rig. Step 3. Connect your mining rig to a client such as CG Miner. You can download CG Miner here for free at github.com/CKOLIVAS/CG Miner. Or do a search on Google for other miners. Step 4. Configure your mining rig. Note, you can choose to mine Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies. For Bitcoin mining, it is recommended to join Bitcoin mining pools to maximize your mining efforts. For cryptocurrencies, you can connect your miner to services such as middlecoin.com for automated mining and payments in Bitcoin. Another good place to connect your miner to is hashco.ws. Final step, start mining. Mining Digital Currencies, Part 1. The Basics. Mining Bitcoin requires a PC to be running and connected to the internet non-stop in order to churn out the coins. This means the cost that you will have to bear to mine Bitcoins or other crypto coins is the cost of the hardware, the cost of the electricity, and the cost of the internet fees. The hardware. One of the more popular ways and still profitable ways to mine coins these days is to mine crypto coins such as Litecoin or Dogecoins and then convert them into Bitcoins later on. What you'll need is a basic PC that can run 2 or more graphic cards at the same time. What do you need to know? The PC must be able to withstand the heat produced from running the mining rig non-stop. The rough estimate for a basic mining rig will roughly cost $1,000, and it must have a strong enough power supply that can power the graphic cards that you use for mining. One should never use a laptop to mine coins unless you want it to melt. There are many mining methods out there, example, mining with PS3 or mining with an ASIC miner. For a more detailed and very good mining guide with a PC, we recommend this URL, cryptobadger.com/build-your-own-litecoin-mining-rig. Mining Digital Currencies Part 2. Calculations for profits. Mining for coins by paying for electricity and the mining rig. So be sure that you calculate how long it is before you actually profit. The golden rule of mining is to mine until the price of your profit is equivalent to the price of the electricity. When the price of bitcoins is high, you will see a faster ROI. Example. At the time of writing an estimated cost in my country, the cost of a mining rig with 2 GPU cards, R9 280X, is about $900, give or take. So if the electricity bill is $40 per month, and you're getting about 0.015 bitcoins a day from middlecoin.com, one would be getting around 0.45 BTC per month. So if the price of BTC is $650, 0.45 BTC equals $292.50 per month. Minus the electricity bill, you get $252.50 per month. At a cost of $900, it'll take you roughly 3.5 months to break even with your cost, and then after that, it'll be estimated at $252 in profit per month. Note that the calculation above will vary in different countries, different mining rig builds, the cost of hardware available in your country, and the price of Bitcoin itself. Of course, if you want to earn more, the general way to do this is to build more rigs with more mining power. But for starters, it's recommended for you to start with a lesser cost at first. The example that I have shown you is based on a GPU mining rig. For ASIC miners, you may pay more for the ASIC hardware, but the good thing is it produces less heat and noise and possibly consumes much less power as well. Again, do your calculations before you choose the right mining rig that you may want to invest in. Warning: always take into the calculation the saturation of the coin that you are mining and the ever-increasing difficulties that are associated with mining for best accuracies. Make sure that the amount that you have can bring the fastest return on investment. If it takes too long to generate a return, it is better to try other methods to make money with digital currencies. Go here for a great mining calculator and profitability charts. coinwars.com/cryptocurrency.
Hi, so in this video I want to explode the myth that Bitcoin mining is no longer profitable. And what I want to talk about is cloud mining, and I'm going to introduce you to a cloud mining service which I use myself. I'm going to show you one of my smaller accounts, and I'm going to prove to you that it is possible to make a profit from mining even today. So let's have a look at the figures first of all. What I have in my cloud setup is a 100 gigahash miner, and the current price of Bitcoin today is $487, and my hash rate, as I've said, is 100 gigahashes. So when I calculate this, it says that we should be able to make $27 per month from this setup. So that's not going to make you rich, but it is profitable. And if you wanted to scale that up, you certainly could. So let's just look at these numbers here. It says that we're going to make 89 cents a day, which equates to $27 per month. Now, $27 per month, that's not a lot of money, but as I say, you can scale it up. So let's try and verify these figures then in the actual cloud mining setup. So the mining service we're talking about is Zen Cloud. It's a fairly new setup, and I think it's absolutely great, especially when we look at the figures. So this little account is just running a 100 gigahash, what they call a hashlet, which is a cloud miner. And I just want to show you the actual calculations and the real money that's available from this system. So if you have a look over here at the balances over the last couple of days, we can see that the payouts have been around about 0.002 and 0.002 for the small backup unit I've got on there. It was just a test starter kit. So at 0.0019 per day, that's making about $1.27 a day. The fees to come off that are about 0.02 of a dollar. So I'm actually making $1.25 profit from this cloud miner on this very small system. And this system is running what they call a hashlet genesis, and it's 100 gigahash, and the total cost for that was under 99 US dollars. So at £1.25 US dollars a day profit, I'm going to break even in the first 3 months of the year just on this little setup, and then I'm going to be making around 30 US dollars a day for the next $30 a month for the next 9 months. So that's nearly 300 US dollars profit. $300 US dollars profit from this very small system. Now that is a win situation. You can still make money from mining. Now, right underneath this video, I'm going to give you the details of how you can sign up for the Zen Cloud and all the different packages that you can invest in. And I recommend that you start off with a small investment of just 99 US dollars, get comfortable with it, get familiar with it, and then when you're satisfied that you are actually making a profit, then you can invest some more money. If you ramp that up 10 times, that's 3,000 US dollars a year, tax-free in your pocket for an initial investment of around 1,000 US dollars. That, my friends, is a pretty good way of putting money in your pocket. So here we are, a few months later. It's now May 2015. Bitcoin price today is around 245 US dollars. And here is my Zen Cloud account. And you can see that the website is still active, but that's about all that's working here. In fact, Zen Cloud was one of those companies that just overnight decided to shut up shop when it became quite obvious that they were not going to be able to perform as they said. However, Bitcoin price only needs to bump up to around 300 US dollars per coin, and we're back in business again. So one of the cloud miners that I can recommend right now is done via CEX.io cloud mining. You fund your account and then you're able to start buying what they call G hashes, which enables you to, just like the Zen miner, mine for Bitcoin in the cloud in a pool just like Zen miner. CEX.io been around for quite some time and is probably, out of all the companies at the moment anyway, probably one of the better companies. However, like everything in the Bitcoin space, anything can happen, so be warned. Anyway, here it is, the CEX.io cloud mining, and if you're interested in setting up the account there, just click the link below this video.
Fast Start Game Plan. What first? Step 1. Understand the potential of Bitcoins and pick a method first that suits you. Step 2. Select the type of wallet that would suit your needs and download it. Security note. Make sure you do not forget or share your wallet's password around. Use a very good password and make sure that you have a backup copy of your wallet at all times. Keeping it simple. Earn Bitcoins using the method of your choice. Choose between mining, trading, etc. Spend Bitcoins on available goods and services, or hold your Bitcoins and sell them off for cash at a very good price. Many people believe that Bitcoin's price is just on the baby stage at the moment and it will hike to a very high price in the future. Take action now. The future of currencies is here. It is up to you now whether or not you will be part of this mega money maker and make a great amount of money from this trend, or if you will miss out on this modern gold rush. Start gathering your Bitcoins today, and when the price shoots up again, you could be the next Bitcoin millionaire. Getting free Bitcoins. Free Bitcoins are out there. As I've mentioned before, there are numerous sources out there that offer free Bitcoins. Most of them will require your time to do something in return, such as clicking or viewing ads, or work for it, and much more. Let us take a look at some of them. Where to find them? Work for Bitcoin offers you the opportunity to search job listings as well as post them. The majority of the work here involves programming. Work in other fields is also available, so you can always find something that you're good at and that interests you. Bitask.com. Bitcoin Talk Forum Services section is another viable place to search for jobs that help you earn Bitcoins. Many of the jobs here can be done within a short span of time, and hence you can earn your digital currencies swiftly. BitcoinTalk.org. Jobs for Bitcoins on Reddit concentrates on dishing out job listings mainly for programmers, but here you are capable of searching jobs in other fields as well. Reddit.com/r/jobs4bitcoins. Another online job board that comes with a range of job offers is BitGigs. Check out the variety of jobs available. Bitgigs.com. Coinality is another job site that deals in cryptocurrencies. However, unlike other such portals, it follows the innovative approach of listing the jobs as well as displaying them over a map. Coinality.com. Ways to cash in on Bitcoins and other cryptocurrencies. There are 4 main ways to profit from Bitcoins. The first method is to mine coins and sell them for profits. The second method is to invest in the digital currency with real money and then sell it again for a profit. The third method is to offer services or products in exchange for Bitcoins or cryptocurrencies. The fourth method is to get free Bitcoins. The first method. Mining Bitcoins and then selling it for money requires a lot of calculations on the miner's part in order to profit from. A good miner has to understand the technical side of this digital currency and the cost of entry that one has to purchase the hardware to mine the coins. The second method. Investing and trading in digital currencies is one of the easiest and fastest ways to get started in making money with digital currencies. It does not require a lot of technical knowledge, but it does require your time to monitor charts and the news for better results. The third method. Selling your products and services for Bitcoins is one of the most secure ways to acquire Bitcoins over the internet. The benefit here is that you will not have to pay any of those huge bank or transaction fees. The downside here is that the price of Bitcoins changes rather fast, and you'll have to wait for the right price before you can cash out. The fourth method. This is perhaps the slowest method. There are numerous sources out there to grab Bitcoins for free. Most of them will require your time to do something in return, such as clicking or viewing ads, and much more. Trading in Bitcoins or other digital currencies. The 2 investment strategies. Strategy number 1, the arbitrage strategy. Strategy number 2, the buy and hold strategy. Method 2, Bitcoins trading. The concept of investing in Bitcoins is very easy. The main idea here is to buy when the price is low and sell it off when the price is higher. You will find that both investing strategies that we touch is based on the above concept in order to profit. How to get started? There are numerous Bitcoin exchanges online that you can join to trade Bitcoins. One of our recommended Bitcoin exchanges online is btc-e.com. Strategy number 1, the arbitrage strategy. The arbitrage strategy is a very simple way to make money with Bitcoins. What you need to do is monitor the Bitcoin or crypto charts closely and buy Bitcoins at a very low price, and then when the price shoots high, you sell it back. The good news is that at btc-e.com, you can do all this automatically where you can place your buy or sell orders at the price that you want. This strategy is very simple and you can profit from it almost daily as long as you follow a tight strategy and do not get too greedy. It is recommended to start small first and get used to the movements of the digital currencies price before investing big dollars. Strategy number 2, the buy and hold strategy. The buy and hold strategy is based on the belief that in the future, the price of the digital currency, mainly Bitcoins, will be higher than the price is now. In fact, many investors are collecting Bitcoins like a cult and not selling at all. They believe in the future the price of Bitcoins will be 10 times or 50 times more than the price is now. Some of the reasons why a lot of people believe that Bitcoin's price will keep going up in the future is because it is rare and limited to only 21 million coins. The mining of Bitcoin is getting harder day by day. All this means is that its rarity will cause the price to go way beyond what we've seen today. Another reason for the price increase is that the demand of Bitcoin will only increase due to the fact that you can save on transaction fees. When you pair rarity and demand, it is no wonder why many people are sticking to the buy and hold strategy. Throughout history, the people who made the most money out of Bitcoins and cryptocurrencies was achieved via this strategy.
So, in order to make money, if the price of Bitcoin is falling and you expect it to continue to fall even lower, you can use what's called a margin sell. I'm using a site called Bitfinex, and I've just placed a margin trade, and here I'm selling, I'm doing a margin sell of 1 Bitcoin, and what I've done is I've actually sold the Bitcoin at this price 367.82, and then later on I'm going to buy it back at a lower price, and the difference will be my profit. So what we're looking for is for the price to go lower than 367.82. We can see that so far it seems to be on a bit of a downward trend. This is not something that you should be doing off the cuff. You do need to be up on trading signals, and you need to be following the price of Bitcoin quite closely. This is not something you just jump into straight away. Certainly not just looking at price action on the day, because that could be extremely misleading. Chart I've got here is from a site called bitcoinwisdom.com. It's a free service, and the exchange that I'm looking at is Bitfinex because that's where I'm trading from at the moment. You can see the 5-minute price action here. It's been kind of on a downward trend today, and pretty average volumes, not massively high, but at the same time this does seem to be momentum on the way down. The 1-day chart, you can see here that the indicators here would certainly confirm that we are in a bit of a downward trend at the moment. So that's how to try and make money when the Bitcoin price is still falling, is to do a margin trade, sell where we're hoping to actually buy back the Bitcoin at a price which is going to allow us to have a profit. And we'll just sit and wait and see and where this price is going to end up. At the moment, 367.82 was the spot price that we sold at, and we're looking for that to go lower. At the moment 367.1, so it's gone down a little bit. So again, this is to show you the mechanics of what's happening here, and you can see that we entered the market round about this point here, and it has trended downwards. Latest price is 363 and a bit, and my analysis suggests we're kind of going to be trading sideways from this point on, so it's time to take a small cup of coffee profit at this point. You can see here at the moment we didn't get a full fill at that market price, so that's something you've got to watch out for. You've got to make sure that you actually fill the whole position. Okay, so there we are for a very small profit. That's how to make money when the price of Bitcoin is falling. Okay, so I hope you can see the possibilities of this little trading game. It's not for everybody, I understand that, but if it's piqued your interest and you'd like to know more about how to get into trading Bitcoin, then I highly recommend going across to Chris Dunn's site and see what he's doing over there. He's got a fantastic course, the Bitcoin Wealth Alliance, and rather than me trying to teach you, you might as well go to one of the gurus, one of the best traders in the land, Chris Dunn, and go and check out his course. The link is just on this page, possibly just below this video. So thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to talking to you again in the next video. Okay, a few of you have asked, why am I using margin sell to short sell the Bitcoin? So I hope from the first video you sort of got an idea of what short selling was all about, and let me just expand on the margin bit once again. Basically, with this exchange at Bitfinex, we're able to leverage up our position by 30%. So I'm quite happy with that sort of margin. It's not too risky for me, and I'm happy. There are other exchanges where you can get up to 8 times, but I'm happy with a 30% margin. And so the way that this works is, if I put in a low figure, let's just talk about 3 Bitcoin, I would be able to trade 5 Bitcoin on this exchange. And the way that it works is, I don't actually use any of my own Bitcoin during a margin trade. I'm actually borrowing the whole amount, even though I've got my own Bitcoin deposited in the account. So I'm actually borrowing the whole amount. So if I'm making a trade with 5 Bitcoin, it's not 3 of my own and then 2 borrowed. I'm actually borrowing the whole amount, and my 3 Bitcoin remains as the deposit in case there's a problem with the trade, i.e. I'll lose money. So we borrow the 5 Bitcoin, which gives us 2 more Bitcoin than we actually have to trade. And then we do the trade. And I'll just reiterate again, the whole idea is, if we're expecting the price of Bitcoin to fall, we sell at the high price. So let's say at the moment the price is 372.57. We put in our order for a margin sell. And the idea is, as the price falls, let's say it goes down to 360, we would then buy back the same amount of Bitcoin at 360. And the difference, $12.62, would be our profit. So we margin sell high, margin buy low. And that's the whole essence of short selling and using margin just to leverage up our position. If we only had 3 Bitcoin and we didn't have a margin trading account, we would only be able to buy and sell our 3 Bitcoin. Using the margin account, we can wrap that up and have a bit of leverage. Now, another question I've been asked, okay, so you've shown us how to make money when the price of Bitcoin is falling. How do we make money when the price of Bitcoin is actually going up? Well, hopefully you bought some Bitcoin and you just hold on to them. That's the first thing. As I say, I'm quite bullish on the price of Bitcoin in the long term. and there's certainly a case for saying just buy the Bitcoin and hold on to them, and that's how you're going to make money. However, as far as trading goes, it's the same idea, and I'm also going to show you how to use a margin, a leverage position, to capitalize on price movements within Bitcoin itself. So I jumped in this morning, had a look at the charts, and this is only a couple of hours ago. So here we are, here's the chart from this morning. And I saw at this point here, there had been a bit of an uptrend, and we were just below the line. So in my analysis, I thought there was a fairly good chance of a pop-up, if only briefly. So I placed a small order here this morning at around 363 per Bitcoin, placed an order for 50. Now, what I did was placed a margin buy order, 50 Bitcoins at a limit price, not the market price, because I didn't want it to be jumping around and not knowing what price I'd actually bought at. So I put the limit price in of what I was prepared to buy at, 50 Bitcoin order, and bam, initially it didn't get filled, as you can see from this next chart. I got 9, and then a few seconds later I got the other 40, so 41. So we got 50 Bitcoin at that price. Now, I had to go off and do something, so I was a bit nervous about this trade. So what I did was I sort of had worked out before. Here's a look. Look, there was a trend line that I drew up, and I thought we might get back up to the 370, 375-ish levels. So I was quite bullish, and I thought, well, you know, we could pop up to 370, 380, 385 this morning. So what I did was, in my account, as well as making the margin buy, I then put in a margin sell. And I put in the order to sell my 50 Bitcoin at around 378. In fact, let's have a look at the position, and I'll step you through the time frame here and show you exactly what happened time-wise. Okay, so here we are. Here's the history of this account. And you can see I placed the order here for 50 Bitcoin about 2 hours ago now, and I got 9.194 at 366.3, and then a few seconds later I managed to fill that at 366.3 for the other 41-ish Bitcoins, making a total order of 50 Bitcoins at a price of 366.3. Now, there is a fee to pay, and this is the fee that you pay, 0.01% for buying or selling. And I put in my margin sell at 50 Bitcoins at 378, because that's all I was prepared to do this morning. And you can see that an hour later, the position closed out at 378 for a profit of $585 US. Not bad for an hour's work this morning. And there is some fees to pay, of course, and trading fees. So about a little bit of money to pay on these trading fees. However, that's how it works. That's how I'm making money using margin trading on the platform Bitfinex. Do your homework. I highly recommend going off and looking at Chris Dunn's course. That's going to give you all the knowledge you need to actually trade yourself. And remembering, guys, that all the information I'm giving you here in these videos is purely for entertainment purposes only. This is not financial advice, and I'm not recommending that you rush in and do this without fully arming yourself and being fully prepared and understand what exactly is happening in the Bitcoin market. What I'm about to show you in this video is going to blow your mind. Hopefully by now you've downloaded your wallet, you've sent me your Bitcoin address, and you've got your free Bitcoin. I'm about to show you how you can transform and exchange your Bitcoin into real gold, physical gold. I'm not talking about paper gold. I'm actually talking about gold that is held in a secure vault with your name on it, which you can ask to have delivered to your home at any time. We're talking about real gold. And I'm about to reveal this incredible secret to you right now in this video. So hold on to your hats and let's show you how this system works. So you've got your Bitcoin, and here's the secret. I'm going to take you to a website called ripple.com. And on this website, you need to be looking at the link that says Ripple account, and you want to open up a Ripple trade account. It's going to bring you to this screen, and I suggest you use a Chrome browser or Firefox, and simply follow the instructions here to actually sign up for your account. Okay, so because you're a Bitcoin Millionaire member, you've already got Bitcoin in your wallet. Without having that, you wouldn't be able to proceed any further than this next step. Because in order to open up this Ripple trade account, you have to have Bitcoin. So here we are. All you have to do is to follow the instructions to transfer your Bitcoin that you have in your wallet into this address that you're going to create here in the Fund tab on your newly created Ripple trade account. And you can see that you just need the exact amount that I transferred into your wallet in order to open up this account. Okay, so now we have our Ripple account fully verified. We transferred some Bitcoin and the account is now open. Next stage is to try and buy some gold bullion. And to do that, from your overview screen, just click on support, and this will bring you up to this screen here. And it tells you step by step how to buy gold from the Gold Bullion International Exchange. So I'm going to click this link, and we just click confirm. Click address to contacts. So let's just recap what we actually just did. We set up what's called a trust line, and we then added that trust line into our contact address book. Now, the concept of trust line is a little bit difficult possibly to understand at first glance. But basically what we have done is we have set up an agreement with the clients at Gold Bullion, and we've said that we agree that that user, that organization, can hold Ripple on our behalf and in the form of XAU, which is gold bullion. And we set a limit to the trust of 20 ounces of gold, which is quite a lot. And this is an important concept to try and understand. What you have just authorized is this company, Gold Bullion, to hold the XAU, the gold bullion, in your name. Now, the risk here is if that company was to default, if they were to go bankrupt, they could take your gold bullion with it. So be aware of that fact that, you know, a trust line is rather like an IOU. It's like them saying to you, right, we've got your gold and we owe it to you and we'll give it back when you want. At the same time, if they go bankrupt in the meantime, before you actually take delivery of your gold, you run the risk of possibly losing your gold deposit. So that is how a trust line works for any other company, not just the gold bullion. And it's just the way that the system works. So I hope that sort of explains that a little bit further. There is much more information on the Ripple Trade account, which you can go and have a look yourself. But essentially what you're doing is allowing somebody else to hold your deposits and give them authority to on the deal that they're going to give you your deposits back as and when demanded. In the interim period, if they go bankrupt, you possibly could lose your deposit. Okay, so our Ripple account is set up, it's verified. We've been into the account and opened up a trust line with Gold Bullion International, and by clicking that trust line, basically what that does is it allows us to store up to 20 ounces of gold via the Ripple account using Bitcoin. So the next thing we need to do is to make sure we have an account at bullioninternational.com. It's free to sign up, and not only that, as soon as you've deposited money, they will actually give you free silver in order to start your trading account. Okay, so here we are in the last step of exchanging our Bitcoin into real gold bullion. So we're in our Ripple trade account and we've gone into the back end and we just go to exchange. The easiest way to do this is just to convert your Ripple trade, your XRP, into XAU, which is the symbol for gold bullion. The minus 0.5% is just the way they've named the transaction, and it refers to the 0.5% storage fee that you would have to pay to store your gold bullion in the vault. Anyway, so here we go. I've put in what I want to buy. I'm going to hit exchange. I'm going to confirm the transaction. And there we are. That's it. We've now converted Bitcoin into real gold bullion. There we are. Transaction cleared. Thanks very much for watching. Go ahead. Let's hear your stories about how you bought your first gold bullion with Bitcoin.